In South Dakota, USA, a little boy known as Cal proclaims himself to be a direct descendant of a Native American and a reincarnation of the Lakota war chief known as the Sitting Bull. After buying a headband, Cal goes home to watch an Indiana movie, but his mom's boyfriend Dylan, who's always upset with him because of his constant rambling about the Native Americans and his obsession, and wants him out of the house. The mom, whose name is Mandy, refuses, saying Cal is his brother and doesn't have anywhere else to go, which makes him look back at his mom in shock. In the afternoon, Cal is outside practicing his shots with an arrow when he finds something in the booth of Dylan's car. Minutes later, his mom suddenly runs out of the house with her bags and tells Cal to get in the car so they can leave the town together, revealing that she knocked Dylan out, so they need to leave before the sheriff shows up. Carl refuses to join her, saying his people needs him and this is his land. Mandy tries her best to make him come with her, but Cal stands his grounds. Seeing that her son is very stubborn with his beliefs and won't come with her, Mandy eventually gives up and tells Carl to go to a friend's house for the meantime while she figures a way to make things work and come back for him. Minutes later, Dylan is now awake and starts approaching Cal to ask where Mandy is. Instead, Cal takes out his arrow and starts firing it at him. Dylan threatens to shoot back, but the last arrow hits his throat and he collapses to the floor and dies. For his first kill, Cal makes a war cry before taking few of his things like his bow and arrow before traveling on foot with a stick into town. Inside a bar, Lefty is sitting while preparing a beautiful proposal speech for his new girlfriend in front of the waitress known as Penny. Penny tells him the words are nice but reminds him to go over it so he doesn't forget the last part. The next day, Lefty meets with his girlfriend and says the beautiful words he's memorized while proposing, but the crush turns him down after learning he's almost always proposing to all the girls he's met. Back at the bar, Mandy is hiding from Dylan's friend Dave, and asks Penny for help on how to leave the bar without him noticing it. She tells her to escape through the back of the bar, and while taking out Dave's used plate, Penny discovers a note with a meeting hidden inscription and a time and takes it with her. That evening, Penny meets with Lefty in a bar. Together they play dart, when Penny notices he uses his right hand and asks about it. Lefty tells Penny that he just answers the name, which doesn't really mean he's left-handed. He recalls an accident that happened during his time in war where his head had to be split open to conduct a surgery, and shows her the scar that was left. The conversation goes on for a while and Penny grows very fond of Lefty. When she gets home that evening, Penny sneaks into her room very happy with the meeting with Lefty and tries to play some music, only for the moment to be cut short by her mom, who scolds her for coming home late and even makes fun of her for stammering. Before going to bed, Penny opens the note she got from the bar and gets an idea. The next day, Penny goes to meet Lefty to share the information. Next we see Dylan in a meeting with Roy, a black market dealer in stolen artifacts. Roy tells Dylan to help him steal an artifact and bring it to him for a pay of $6,000, and Dylan tries asking for the worth of the item, but Roy refuses to disclose it, so Dylan strikes up the deal to be $10,000 and Roy agrees as long as he delivers the artifact in good shape. As Roy goes outside to make a call with one of his buyers, Lefty follows him and overhears the conversation. Roy tells his buyer that he would have the ghost shirt by the weekend, and they make a deal to sell it for $500,000. That evening, Penny and Lefty discuss on how to intercept the transaction as she brings out a gun for protection. Penny asks Lefty what he would do with the money. Lefty says he has everything he wants and doesn't need the money, and asks Penny what would she like to do with it, and Penny says that she's a musician and would love to travel to Nashville to perform professionally. Lefty is surprised knowing Penny can sing, and Penny reveals to him that she's not bold enough to sing in front of anyone because of her condition, as she already has about 43 written songs. Lefty is amazed by this revelation and she plays one of her favorite songs, which Penny teaches Lefty how to do the dance. Few nights later, inside a fancy house, an auctioneer is presenting the ghost shirt to a few potential buyers while sharing the history of the artifact. Suddenly they're attacked by Dylan and his henchman Dave. After killing the buyers, Dylan shoots the auctioneer in a non-lethal area. The man begs to be spared and offers to pay him $200,000 for the troubles. After learning he was going to be paid $10,000 for delivering the artifact to his client, the man starts to laugh, and when Dylan tries to ask for the worth of the ghost shirt, the man is already dead. Soon the two arrive somewhere around the town and Dave says he needs to ease himself. He gets to a corner and rather breaks down crying over the innocent lives that was taken. Thinking he's trying to console him, Dylan brings out a knife to stab Dave multiple times and leaves his body there. Next he calls his girlfriend Mandy to tell her to pack her things so they can leave the town as he's now rich, not realizing that he's being followed by Lefty and Penny. Upon getting home, Dylan disappointed to find Cal in front of the trailer unbothered, and to top it, Mandy is still in bed. Out of frustration, Dylan starts wondering where he went wrong, asking himself if it was best to be gay instead of going through this bizarre situation. At that moment Mandy hits him in the head with the hammer she's been hiding, and this takes us back to the beginning of the movie where we see Mandy leaving with Dylan's car with the ghost shirt at the back of the trunk, not realizing that the couple are following her. After killing Dylan, Cal makes it to the Native American territory where he's taken to the clan leader known as the Ghost Eye. Since Cal is looking forward to join his Native American people and claim his title and be recognized as the real reincarnation of Sitting Bull, he tells Ghost Eye that his mother is headed back home to her abusive father and the man has his own army. With this, Ghost Eye gathers his men and ties up Cal to bring him with them. Mandy stops at a gas station to refuel, where Lefty causes a distraction, giving Penny the opportunity to sneak up on Mandy with a gun, asking her to give up the ghost shirt. Seeing the kids around them, Penny couldn't shoot. This allows Mandy to get back in her car and drive away while they follow her from behind. Few minutes later, after escaping her pursuant, Mandy arrives at his father's prairie, where she's welcomed, but for her to stay she must abide by his house rules. Penny and Lefty has made it to the prairie, so Lefty decides to continue on foot while Penny stays behind and wait for him. Penny is having a second thought about the whole situation and tells Lefty maybe they should forget about the artifact and leave, but Lefty wants her to use the money to chase her dreams of becoming a professional musician, and with this Lefty leaves to get the artifact. Mandy is then given a new clothes to change into by her sister, who asks where she's been all these years and wonders if she's come to take them with her just like she promised. Mandy says to her that she isn't capable of taking good care of herself yet, let alone another human, but promises she would do something about it. While they talk, Mandy gets call from Roy asking where the ghost shirt is, and Mandy tells him that the artifact is with her, so they make a deal to trade the artifact for $100,000, and Mandy sends him the address with an assurance that she's alone. After she cleans up her makeup and wears the house uniform, Mandy joins her mother and her other sisters in the kitchen to prepare dinner. Outside, Lefty is found by one of the Native Americans. At the prairie, Mandy's father instructs her to help a guest relax by massaging his body while giving a religious speech about the roles of both genders. At that moment his attention is called when they found Lefty walking around the woods. After the father makes a joke that Lefty finds funny, the tense situation was about to be uplifted until Mandy shows up to tell his father that Lefty tried to shoot at her at a gas station. The father then shoots Lefty. As he tries to finish him off, an arrow hits him. A shootout ensues from both sides, with the Native Americans firing their arrows and the men from the prairie shooting their guns. Everyone runs back inside, barricading themselves from the arrows. Thinking the men came for their women, Mandy reveals that she stole a ghost shirt and that's what they came for, and she only came here for protection. So she asks to get the girls some guns so they can return fire, but the men refuses. One of them is taken down by Mandy's mother. Seeing this as an opportunity to be free from their father's indoctrination, the girls manage to take out the last man and arm themselves with a gun. Turns out there's a special room where the father allows men to pay for his daughters to sleep with men. One of the sheriffs is busy when he keeps hearing gunshots. As soon as he comes out, he's gunned down by Mandy. Ghost Eye sees what's happening and proposes a deal. He brings out his son Cal and tells Mandy if he wants his son alive she should hand the ghost shirt over. Not willing to back down now, Mandy proposes another way out. Since the buyer is coming with the cash for the ghost shirt once they take care of him, she would give them the shirt and she and her family will get to keep the money. It's a win-win situation. Ghost Eye agrees to the deal but keeps Cal with him just in case she tries to cross them. With this, everyone stands down to wait for the arrival of Roy. It's late at night when Roy finally makes it to the prairie with the bag of cash. Seeing the dead bodies, Roy is skeptical about the trade, but then he finds Lefty still alive and makes another deal. He will help her to finish off Lefty, and in return she brings the ghost shirt and he would top the money for her. Mandy agrees to the deal, and as he's about to kill Lefty, Penny manages to shoot the gun she has with her, and this distracts Roy, who finds the Indians hiding among the bushes. Seeing that he's being screwed, he reveals that he's been hiding someone in his car's trunk all this while, so they make another deal where he promises to give Mandy $150,000 so they all can split it. Instead, Mandy tells him to leave the money and drive away as she doesn't intend to give back the ghost shirt. With this, Roy starts firing at the Native Americans including his henchmen, but he's caught up with an arrow. Meanwhile, Mandy heads outside to save his son, but eventually she's caught in a crossfire. Cal manages to grab a tomahawk from one of the dead natives to set himself loose and helps Penny too, so she promises to bring the ghost shirt to him so he can return it to his people. A standoff ensues between Roy and Ghost Eye, who fires an arrow first that hits Roy, but eventually Roy is with a gun so he shoots back. As he's about to do the same to Penny, Lefty reverses the car that hits Roy. Before they make away with the ghost shirt, Mandy apologizes to his son and asks for his forgiveness for not being the mother he needed. So Mandy ends up begging Penny to take Cal out of here to somewhere safe. Before leaving, Mandy grabs the bag of money from Roy's car, and drops one bag of cash to Mandy's sisters before driving away with Lefty. While Mandy is helped by her sister to get away from the prairie. Turns out Roy is still alive and he's finished off by Ghost Eye with his arrow. Penny gives Cal the ghost shirt just like he requested, and she's left with a $100,000 cash. With his last breath, Lefty begs Penny to stop the car. Using his note from the beginning of the movie, Lefty asks Penny to marry him and she accepts, but Lefty dies few minutes later. In the morning, Mandy has escaped the hospital to go look for her son, where she eventually finds him wandering around the town as she runs to hug him. While Penny leaves for Nashville, she sings one of her written songs, this time without stammering. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video and would love to see more from this channel, please like and subscribe.